basically. It was like presented to me as like one is Jade and then the other one is my ego.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It is April. Is it April? I think it's April. It is April 8th. It's April 8th today, 2020. And I have decided to partake in a fast. So I'm going to be fasting. I've committed to 21 days. The first 10 days will be a fruit fast, which if you would like me to talk more about that, make a separate video going more into detail of what that entails, I can do that, just let me know. But I will be doing 10 days of a fruit fast and then 11 days of absolutely nothing but water, tea, and I believe that I can have coffee as long as there's no additives, no almond milk, no coconut milk, no sugar, whatever. I'm gonna double check on that. But I will be doing a 21-day fast, and if for whatever reason I decide to extend it, I will. But I've committed to 21 days. And I'm gonna be documenting the process. So today is actually day 2. Yesterday, I didn't film anything, obviously. I feel great. I actually feel really great for have now fasted over, I'm probably approaching somewhere like 48 hours, maybe 30, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm on day 2, that's the point, and I'm gonna be just doing daily check-ins, letting you know how I feel, letting you know what my updates are, what I'm seeing in improvement, and, oh, excuse me, and, you know, whether it's a high or it's a low, I'm gonna be talking about it all, and hopefully this video isn't too extensive because it's gonna be it's gonna be quite some time. But yeah, so to start off day 1, I am going to be taking some measurements and I'm going to jump on the scale and check my weight. And then, so this is not by any means a fast to lose weight, to do anything that's for aesthetic purposes. This is 100% to heal my body, to heal my mind, to reprogram my subconscious, and dive deeper into my spiritual side, unlock more of my spiritual side, and really show my devotion and my commitment to myself, to my spirituality, and learn. I really just want to learn. I just want to learn about myself. I want to learn about the world. I want to learn about anything. I'm literally open to learning about anything. I just want to learn. So I am going to be documenting not only how I feel, but what I'm learning, what I'm coming across, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that yet. I might do separate videos. I might do it all in this one. I'm not really sure yet. We're gonna just see how long it is. So I'm gonna just be talking about how each day goes, I guess. And like what I'm stumbling upon, what comes up in my meditation, and it's gonna be really lit. So let's do this. All right, taking off my slippers. I'm gonna weigh myself first. I'm starting off at 129.6. I am 5'4.5", 5'5", so that's about normal. Obviously, over the course of this fast, I am gonna be like losing weight. My body is gonna start going into the autophagy state and eating up fat and cells and some muscle probably and some tissue, which I'll be simultaneously working out a bit. So hopefully I can keep some muscle, but I'm expecting that. It's fine. I'll get it back. There's a bigger picture here that I'm more focused on. That's more important to me than that. So compromise. We're gonna start with waist measurement. Waist measurement is, what would you say that is? I think that's 25 and a half. I can't see. Wait, I gotta go up to the mirror. We're a little over 25. Okay, let's just say 26. It's about 26 inches. So these shorts are like paper thin, so I'm gonna just measure myself over the shorts. We're gonna measure butt, hip area. Wow, I haven't measured myself in so long. Wow, do I really still have some hip on me? What? So I got a little bit over 37 inches. Actually, let's just say we're at 37 because it's literally like one little tiny baby. So we're at 37, don't know if you can see that. I guess more so of the documentation is gonna be like how I'm feeling, what I'm learning, not really like anything other than that. That's most important to me. So yeah, I'll check back in with y'all later when my day progresses.
I don't see the urgency. That really worries me.
All right, I did a whole sage before I started this running so I could focus. So far, day 2 of the fast is going fantastic. I feel great. Let's see, I'm going to now take a bath and I'm going to put a bunch of fun things in my bath to just help woo-saw and release. And I'm gonna listen to some meditation music and I'm gonna just meditate. I don't know how long I'm gonna be in here. It could be 30 minutes, it could be 3 hours. All right, overall, fast day 2 went extremely well. So I'm gonna jump in the bath, head to sleep, and I'll tap in with y'all tomorrow. Hello, welcome back everybody. Today is day 4 of my fast. I feel great, my energy levels feel great. Initially what I had planned to do were 10 days of a fruit fast and then 11 days of absolutely nothing. No fruit, no vegetables, nothing. On a fruit fast, you can only have fruit, so no veggies. But the first 3 days, I hadn't been to the grocery store, so I had absolutely nothing in my apartment that was fruit, of a fruit substance. So all of my food in here I couldn't eat. So the first 3 days, I didn't eat at all. Last night, night 3, I did have a little bit of some tomato and avocado because I was over at my friend's house. But other than that, I haven't eaten anything. So I kind of gave myself like a jump start on my 11 days of absolutely nothing. But because I said I was gonna do 10 days of fruit first, I went and I picked up a bunch of fruit today. It's honestly so good. I had a really, really great bath the other night. Honestly, so needed. What I've realized, because I notice every time I do a fast, I end up getting like a lot of mental clarity. And I noticed something about my fasting life and my regular life isn't that different. It's just the pressure that I put on myself is different. When I'm in my fasting life, I'll let myself just kind of be like, I'll wake up every day and be like, what do I want to do today? And I'm still productive. I still work and I still work on my projects and I still get creative and like work on my art, but I allow myself to just go with the flow rather than trying to like fit a conformed schedule, which has never worked for me. So I don't know why I've been trying to implement that in my daily life. And I noticed that when I'm approaching the day, like what do I want to do today or what do I want to take from today, I'm just more present with myself. And so I think that that's something that I need to implement into my daily life regular basis, whether I'm fasting or not, because that's how I used to approach my day all the time, and that's when I was my happiest. Like I feel really great right now. I feel very happy, I'm very at peace. Day 4, I feel really good. I haven't had any extreme fatigue. I haven't had any headaches. I haven't felt like irritable or moody. Definitely haven't gotten hangry. I've actually been feeling really good. So now I'm mid-day 4. I'm starting to get a little bit tired. Like I could take a nap or like go take a bath. So I'm gonna do that. But other than that, I feel like 21 days is gonna be like I don't know. I just haven't even thought about it. I've honestly just been like waking up every day and approaching the day and my life with, what do I want to do today? What can I do today that's going to make me the best version of myself? What can I do today that's going to make me a better person for everyone and everything else? Thoroughly, this is exactly what I needed right now. I've been wanting this and I've been needing this for a year, at least a year. And the opportunity has presented itself, not just for me, but for everybody. Like we can really work on yourself. It's super cliche, but if you work on yourself and you fill yourself, you will then be able to overflow and pour into anybody else who needs assistance. But if you're not good, you're not gonna have a good effect on anybody else around you. So I think just for the sake of the world, your family, your friends, and more so for yourself, it is important right now to take the time to get you right, get you good. We have adequate time to make it a habit. That's another problem. A lot of people don't continue to practice things because life picks back up, or they start something on a weekend and then their Monday through Friday schedule rolls back around, and we got 21 days to reset a new life, to reset new habits, to reset new patterns, to work on subconscious reprogramming. If it takes 21 days to form a new habit, 21, 22 days, whatever it is, we don't have anything else to do. I'm not saying everybody should do what I'm doing, but figure out what works for you. And if you don't know what works for you, start researching it. That's all. I'm gonna go take a bath now, do some meditation. See ya. I'll probably tap back in with y'all tomorrow. How's it going, everybody? I am on day 6 of my fast. I have officially gone a full 6 days on just fruit, tea, and plain coffee. No additional sugar or things like that in those drinks or in my food. I feel freaking great. Tomorrow I'm gonna do my 7th day check-in, and I'm going to probably make a conclusion as far as how the first 7 days went. I am right now getting ready. It's about 6:30 exactly on April 12th, 2020. So I am about to go into a meditation. I have a journal, I have a book that I'm gonna read. I have my candles, and I have some sage that I'm gonna light real quick to cleanse my space. And then, yeah, I'm just getting ready to finish up the first week and continue on to my 2nd week. I feel really, really good though. I'm about to focus on what this meditation is gonna be, so I'm gonna leave that there, but I will see you all tomorrow. Night. What is up, party people? It is day 8 of my fast. I have completed a full 7 days. That is my first week, and it is done. I'm going to tap in with y'all, let you know how it's been going, and give you a quick update so we can move into week 2. So overall, week 1 has gone very well. Actually, it's been, really has not been as bad as, I mean, I think anybody would think it has been, or it would be. I feel energized. I still haven't really had mood swings. I haven't had hanger issues. I haven't really had headaches, and I've been getting great sleep. My mood's actually been optimal. I've been in a really, really good mood. I've had very high energy and lots of clarity. I have lots and lots of clarity right now. One of the main things that I wanted to achieve over this fast was to gain more clarity. I feel that for a couple months now, I've been out of alignment, and I haven't really been doing what I need to be doing for myself. And if you know what out of alignment means, that's how I've been feeling. So I feel like I'm finally now back in alignment. I feel very, very good as far as that goes. My energy levels are great, and my mood has been great. So overall, I want to say that I'm probably feeling the best that I've felt in maybe a year, literally. Which may be surprising to someone who has never fasted before and maybe has no intention of ever fasting, because you might be thinking, how do you feel like that? How are you going through all that and experiencing that when you haven't eaten? Well, that's a good question. I mean, I have been eating, like I mentioned before. I'm doing 10 days of fruit first, so I'm still eating fruit on a daily basis. Part of being in alignment and feeling good has to do with like having clarity. That was something that I really wanted to achieve in this fast. I wanted clarity, which means learning, which means understanding myself, the world, etc. So I'm going to show you all a clip of something that I was documenting that I didn't intend to share with you guys. I've been doing a lot of recording and documenting that is probably never going to be seen, but I'm keeping for my own personal archive and like video diary of my experience and my journey. But I felt that it was kind of a breakthrough moment for me, and so because of that I want to share it with you all. And so we're about to roll that in a second, but basically I just feel like I've been putting in the work that is necessary, and I'm starting to finally see the results and reap the benefits of that. So by that I mean clarity. So we're gonna roll that, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk to you about basically what I have reflected on from this moment.
Alright, I had this crazy epiphany, or something. It was something. And this is what I just sent my friend, trying to make sense of what it was. Dude, it was the weirdest thing. Not that one. Basically, what I feel like, I don't know, I saw was like, there's like me, and then there's like an evil twin, or there's like an evil sister that's like the counter of me. The destiny might be the same for both since we're in the same vessel, but the intention along the way is different, and that's basically like what really makes all the difference. And then basically it was like presented to me as like one is Jade, and then the other one is like my ego, and I have to kill off my ego, which then I was trying to figure out what that even means and how that even happens, whatever. But the way that it was presented was just crazy. Like, it was like a storybook, like as if there were these two little girls who were twins that grew up. One was Jade and one was Soraya. I don't know why Soraya is the name of the ego that I chose. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But it just went along with this whole thing of like this storybook of Jade and Soraya and their path together, and Soraya trying to overpower Jade, and then Jade being like, no, fuck that, we're gonna do it my way, and then Soraya being like, okay, fine, but then Soraya being butthurt when something doesn't work out for Jade, be like, this is why you should have done what I said, so let's try this one, and like a constant battle or like power struggle between Jade and Soraya. Yeah. What the fuck? I really don't feel like I'm a very egotistical person. Like, I really don't. And that might also just be my ego speaking. No. Like, honestly, no. Okay, what is going on with this nail? No, I really don't think that I am. I mean, or, no, maybe I do. Maybe I am. I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, I think Jade is stronger than Soraya, and Jade has a stronger will to love than anything. But honestly and realistically, like, how many people move to this city that aren't very egotistical? Like, if you move to this city, you have to have some sort of like egotism for sure. I mean, everybody in the world does, damn near, but damn near. Like, I want to say I'm not. I want to say I'm not, and I'm saying that like compared to the people that I'm around, or the people that I surround myself with. Whoa. Like, I want to say I'm not compared to the people I don't even necessarily surround myself with, but just that I observe, and it's like, well, For what reason are you observing people with the judgment that you don't have an ego and that they do? That almost sounds like an ego that is trying to justify or seem minuscule.
So the other night I was in a very, very deep meditation, and I saw this, like, I said storybook, but it was like a storyline or like a children's book is kind of how I imagined it, of basically these two girls who grew up together, and it was like hot and cold, and or like malevolent and benevolent or something, I don't know. And it was the weirdest thing because there have been so many times, like, for the most part, I feel that I am in complete control, like probably 80 or 90% of the time. But there is about 10 or 20% of the time where I'm not, and I do feel the sense of fear or judgment or whatever. And it comes in various stages of my life. Sometimes I feel it way more than others. Sometimes I feel it when it comes to this, and there's something in particular that I'm thinking of where it's like I had a really I don't give a fuck attitude, which is kind of like, okay, so my ego didn't control me in that moment, but the things that I was doing was controlled by ego. So I was basically, after that moment, able to reflect on all of the times where, or not all, but a lot of the times where my ego and my heart were colliding and having a power struggle. And then from that, I realized I do have ego, which we all have an ego. And it's so weird because that has never resonated with me. I never really like understood that or took that personally. Like, I've understood that everyone has ego, and I know, like, it's a thing, like everyone has an ego. But I've looked at it like we all have ego, and this is what ego looks like. And this, let's say this ego, like, I'm trying to figure out how to like paint the picture for you so you see it how I've seen it. But basically, let's say ego is a giant red ball, right? And we all carry around a giant red ball under our arm. Maybe, okay, no, we're not gonna use a red ball. We're gonna use a giant log, okay? So ego is a giant log, or like a tree stump. So we all carry around this tree stump. And some people are naturally, you know, born with a smaller tree stump. Some people are naturally born with a larger tree stump. Some people have a medium-sized tree stump, and then they work at it and they wither it away, or life comes at them in certain ways and it starts to wither away on itself and it shrinks, but nevertheless you still carry around a tree stump. Or perhaps you have a small tree stump and then things come at you in life in whatever way, shape, or form, and then your tree stump grows. Point being is we all have an ego, which is like mutable, is basically how I'm now seeing it or understanding it. It's malleable, it can be changed, it can grow, it can shrink, but nevertheless, regardless, it is always there somewhere, because that is just part of being a human. Basically, what I interpreted ego to be before, which what I was starting to realize in the end of the clip, is that that was my ego projecting to me that so I feel that I have a lack of ego, which is an ego thing to do. It's almost egoic to make myself feel like I don't have an ego. If this is making sense. I hope this is making sense. So basically, how I perceived ego to be is a giant tree stump. Either you have a giant tree stump or you have nothing. There's no in between. And I felt that I was somebody who just had nothing. And I think that it's when you realize that we all have it, just depending on how big or how little you let it affect you, is when you're really able to take control of your life and your destiny from that moment forward. So the bigger your ego is, the more you have to carry around. And the heavier it is, the more of a burden it is. The bigger that tree stump, the more you're gonna be feeling on a daily basis, right? Trying to lug this around and carry it around. The smaller, the more you wither it away, the easier it is to maneuver through life. When people speak of being in alignment or being in a flow state, you're just allowing yourself to flow with wherever life kind of takes you. And of course you have intention or you have direction, but things seem to flow rather than feeling like you're carrying a weight, walking up a hill and trying to beat your way through a brick wall with bare fists. It feels completely different. And when you're operating from your heart or from your soul, you're more in a flow state. So in order to get there, sometimes people have to work at their ego and wither it away, so that way it's not overpowering their heart. So now I'm visualizing it like if you have a giant ego and you're carrying it over a knapsack and you're like this, you're not leading with your heart, you're leading with your ego, because you're struggling so hard to carry this and support this that you're guarding yourself, right? Your heart is, if you can see me, I'm hunched over, your heart is guarded and you're supporting this thing that is really just a figment of your imagination. But when you wither it away and you work at it and it's smaller, now you're able to relax, right? And it might just be on a little string that you carry behind you like a dog leash. And now you're upright, you feel more relaxed and more present, I guess. You're much more present for sure. And now your chest is open and you're able to lead with your heart. So I've started to now, after that moment, have what I feel is a better understanding of what the ego really is and how it can affect us and really determine where we take ourselves in life, or how it dictates our life, or how we don't allow it to dictate us in our life. So basically, to make a very long story short, I realized that I do in fact have an ego. That was that realization. And I feel like day 6 going into day 7, to have that understanding and be able to accept that about myself is a great breakthrough moment, because now I am able to check in with myself on a daily basis, or a weekly basis, whenever I'm making decisions. Am I making a decision from the heart, or am I allowing my ego or my fear or doubt to make decisions for me, which is something that I've really been wanting to work on and not really realizing that those are operating from ego states. One thing that I've been really wanting to work on, which I mentioned in the beginning of the video, was that I really want to work on releasing fear. And I think ultimately, this may be different for other people, but I think ultimately for myself, when I have fear or I have self-doubt, it is my ego. And I think oftentimes it is your ego planting things in your mind in order to protect you. So with that being said, then I went on to discover what shadow work is. How freaking crazy is this, right? Like, I wanted to go into this fast to do all of this work, and then it's like day 7, day 6, day 7 hits, and I just have these breakthrough moments, and I realize I discover what shadow work is. So basically, I go into watching this video to discover what shadow work is and how I can work on not operating from a place of ego, but operating from the heart. And I find that your subconscious is trying to protect you. And when your subconscious is trying to protect you from maybe being judged or maybe being rejected or whatever the case may be, those are acquired fears. So what I understand of it is that we are not born fearful. A baby apparently is only born with 2 fears. And other than those 2 fears, everything else is learned throughout our life. So with that being said, the fear of judgment or the fear of being rejected comes from being judged or rejected previously, and your subconscious saying, ooh, no, I don't like that. Let's not do that again. Let's do something differently so we don't have to encounter that moment again. And then when you do that, you are now basically creating a wall to protect yourself from that. And that's basically the fear. So then if you stay behind this wall, you are protecting yourself from anything that might come from stepping into a vulnerable place. So it's crazy that I set out with the intention to go about these things, and then all of this has now come to light. I'm in shock and I'm obsessed, and this has by far been the best week that I've had in a very long time. And I want to continue to have weeks like this beyond my fast. The goal for me right now is to create habits and patterns in myself that even when I'm no longer fasting, I am still learning at this rate that I am, because I love when this happens. When I initially started my spiritual journey 3 years ago, and then had another moment, another breakthrough moment 2 years ago, and then another breakthrough moment a year ago, this is what happens. And I learn, and I feel that I'm in this flow state, and I'm acquiring knowledge and clarity and understanding, and I feel good. And then I get so caught up in all of this, and life seems so good, and everything just starts picking up, that I start to lose some of the habits or the patterns that I've created for myself to get into that place, because everything is so good and everything's moving so fast that I'm just. But right now, because I know I love it here, I love it here, I had decided to make the goal to create sustainable habits and patterns for myself despite being in a fasting state, because eventually life is going to pick back up for all of us, and I want to continue to feel like this every day. So right now, so far, I feel good. I'm really excited for the next 2 weeks, and I'm going to keep you all posted as how it comes along. I'm going to continue to document it. If you have any questions at all about anything, go ahead and ask them in the comment section. If you don't feel comfortable asking there, you can always send me a DM on Instagram. My DM is always open, and my Instagram is linked in the description box. I will be doing a live session with one of my very good friends who is also basically like my spiritual coach or whatever, which I'll be posting on here very shortly. So if you have any questions for myself or for him, feel free to ask. We will do another live session again, so you can also just look out for that. But basically I'm feeling good, bro. That's gonna be all for the check-in. I hope that you all enjoyed my 7-day fasting experience recap. It's been really great, and I'm very, very, very much looking forward to the following 2 weeks. So if this was informative to you, if you learned something, or if you want any more videos like this, please do give me a thumbs up so that way I know that you are receptive of it. And if you have yet to do so, please do subscribe to my channel and turn on my post notification bell. I give a shout out in every video. I just didn't this video because this one is a little bit different. But if you do those things, then I will give you a shout out in my next video. All you have to do is look out for the next one. And yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna go now. Okay, bye.
So it then relegates that part of your psyche into an energetic dungeon in your subconscious mind.
Run that back.
So anytime that you've had an emotional reaction to something that was seen as negative, your subconscious mind believes that this is a part of you that you don't want to see any longer. So it then relegates that part of your psyche into an energetic dungeon in your subconscious mind, where it slowly begins to wreak havoc on your perception of reality.